How's it going, guys? So as you've seen in the last couple videos, we have this compact wheel loader we're going to be demoing. I used it a little bit and I wasn't able to get the bucket off. Figured out the issue. The pins were just sticking a little bit for some reason. I don't know if it hadn't been moved in a while, but I was pushing the right buttons. It just wasn't working right. We'll be able to take this grapple off now. I wanted to do a couple other jobs with it today. Right here by the new silo, there's one set of forms that are still sitting here because our skid loader couldn't move them. It's just too heavy. They're taking a little bit of break between the first and second silos because they're at another farm. They left their 24-foot diameter silo forms here because they didn't need them for the job they're working at right now. Most of them are sitting over there. The lift capacity on this machine should be quite a bit more than our skid loader just because of the length of it. You got a lot more counterweight, so we'll see if that's true. I can show you what I was working at yesterday. Built a little brim along this side, trying to keep water from draining into the silo area. This roof, there's no gutter on it. The water falls down onto the ground. We just kind of trenched this out, try to get this water flowing out past the silos. Seemed like it worked out pretty well. They're calling for an inch or two of rain tomorrow, so we're just trying to prepare for that. That's one thing, you don't want a bunch of water sitting around the footings on these big silos. I'm starting to second guess if I should really be doing this because I don't know if I can mess these forms up or not. Uneven terrain or whatever. I decided just to let it sit. I'm not too experienced on the loader. I don't want to mess anything up. It's sitting there so nicely, so I think we would have been able to move it with this machine. I think the weight limit's like 5,000 pounds or something versus 3,000 on our skid loader. But let's go get the calf feed box and see if we can do that with this machine. We have this box we fill up with calf feed out of our bin. Pretty much works out that we refill this box every Friday. It worked pretty well. Part of the problem is I'm just not very skilled on this compact loader yet. I want to use the giant loader to feed this afternoon, and we're having an issue with our silage defacer. One of these hydraulic connectors is bad on it. The giant loader has two hydraulic remotes in the front. this coupler that's gone bad. Clip it in and then it pulls right off there again. So we'll have to go buy another one of these. Just got back from the store, got a new part. They're getting started with the afternoon milking now. I'm gonna have to dry off a couple cows. They're delivering our corn seed right now, so I'm gonna unload that off a truck. This will be all our seed corn for the year. We got 4 different varieties. Going a little bit of a different route this year. We used to always grow the Brevant BMR. Still have enough of that for about half of one of the silos. But now we're gonna be growing some red tail varieties. This is non-BMR corn, but should still make good corn silage. Some different day lengths, so some of them are gonna dry down quicker in the fall for the bottom of the big silos. Got one cow dried off. This number 4 is a really good milker for a first lactation cow. She had high somatic cell though and took a lot of tries to get her bred, but she's pregnant now. And the idea with that dry treatment is it'll help clean up any issues the cow has. Hopefully she'll come in the next lactation and be clean, no somatic cell problems. I just dried off the second cow, but my brother-in-law Andrew just got here and he's looking forward to climbing the silo, so. Alright, he made it to the top. Man, that silo makes him look tiny. Alright, I'm hooking up the cattle trailer so we can move these dry cows. There's a cow trying to have a calf this afternoon for a few hours. She had already had 4 or 5 calves before, so I thought she'd have no trouble. We ended up helping her pull it out, and it was a dead Angus calf. Honestly don't know what was wrong because it wasn't backwards. Nothing was really out of place. Let's go, girls. We got 2 cows loaded back onto the trailer to take up to the pre-fresh pen. It's cow feeding time. I'm gonna see if I can use this loader to run the defacer. Probably not gonna look the prettiest the first time, but we'll try it. For those of you who are wondering about the houses in our bunker silo, we're just keeping them here for my cousin for a little bit, so I don't really know too much about them, but there they are. I'm making this thing look pretty bad. It is very difficult for me to manage trying to back up really slowly as I drop the shaver down. Ah, 1 point for the giant loader. We have some soybean meal in this bin on the end, and we're just putting small amounts in the heifer batch and dry cow batch. We don't even use the auger to weigh it out. Just been using a 5-gallon bucket. One bucket is 30 pounds for a couple of them small batches, or half a bucket. The nice thing with the loader is I can get out of the cabin, didn't have to worry about having somebody else here to start the auger for me. With the skid steer, you can't really get out of the cab if your bucket's up high like that. This is just a temporary solution. We used to have a bay full of soybean meal. This would actually be called Amino Plus. Soybean meal that's been heat treated. Now we have our protein supplement mix. This has the soybean meal in for the cows at the right rate with all the minerals. Still need a little bit of soybean meal for dry cows and a little bit for the heifers. So that's what this is for. Okay, we'll get the tractor, start feeding. Alright, I got the silage loaded for the milk and cow batch. I'm going to run this out now. That'll be it for this video then, guys. Thanks for watching.